How you guys doing? Hope everybody's well. It's not easy, this is my first Facebook Live for 2017, and I swear down it's a really, really hard one, because 2017 has started off real bad for some of us. It's been real tough. We've been put through a lot of tests. So, a few of us, I find it difficult. A few of us, are trying to get on with. But, I wanted to quickly touch on this because it's taken me a few days, a few weeks to speak about certain issues, because it's quite touching and it's quite emotional. It hits a raw nerve for me. Same thing was at the start of the year. As soon as the year changed, my mum passed away. She had a few things wrong with her, but she passed away in a way that we still didn't expect it to happen. And we're still, well, me and the family, and everybody knew my mum. We're still coming to terms with all of this, with how it's gone. So that wasn't the best way to start the year. So it's like I said, it's been hard for that. So been trying to keep busy, keep trying to keep things moving, but then another tragedy strikes us. Young Quamari, yeah. Peanut, Lillian's son. And I think that's really hit us all in the area very, very hard, because it's very close to home for all of us. And it's such a tragedy that such a young boy, such a young, vibrant boy, young, fun-loving boy, who's always, those of you that know and those of you that don't know, you'll learn to find out that he was such a cool little guy, in the sense of, always having fun, always being a little bit of the joke of everybody. So, and much loved guy. And he went to school one day and he didn't return home because another child thought it was right to stab him to death. Now, there's going to be a time where we have to speak about this properly and speak about, not blaming, but speak about how are we going to solve this, because it's ridiculous. These are kids and they're killing kids, and we all got to start taking responsibility now, every one of us. Do you know what I mean? Me personally, reason why I want to share this video, I want you guys to share this video, is that I personally have reached out to Sadiq Khan, the mayor. I've reached out on Twitter, I've reached out on Facebook, I've reached out via his email, the London Assembly, everything about what's going on. And nobody he hasn't come back to me. I've told him, I've written out the situation, what's going on with our children, and what's going on, nothing's come back. He hasn't replied. So, when I'm saying share it, I'm saying share it so he gets this, because he needs to speak up for this. We need his help. Yeah? Gun crime is terrible. We can't bury our children. We shouldn't be burying our children. It's ridiculous, It's so upsetting. So, first things first, please share this for that sake. Share this. We need help. Yeah. And I need Sadiq Khan to see this. I need his help. We need his help. We need to sit down. We need to speak about things, and we need to find out what's going wrong, and where we need help. Another thing is, us as adults, parents, we need to take responsibility. And you know what? We say, I've seen a lot of videos, people saying this and that, but you know what? We have to take responsibility at the same time. These are kids. We've got to understand what they're listening to, what they're speaking about, what they're doing on social media. It's up to us. We have to manage that. If we can't manage that, then we're not doing a right job. We're not doing, and it's gonna be hard. I'm not even saying it's easy. It's flipping hard, man. I got kids. I got 3 girls, and I got a boy. You know what I mean? He's a 17-year-old boy, and he's, trying to get him through this, and it's it's too hard to raise these kids like that. That's why we have to all help each other now to raise each other's kids. Because I'm looking at the flowers outside the spot, and that could have been any one of our children, and that's the sad truth. And all we'll do is have a moan on here, but we won't do nothing properly. Why? I want to know, whoever watches this, how many of you have actually written to your counsellor, or written to the Prime Minister, or written to somebody of office, and to say, please help us? Because we're all good to write down statuses, and it's a sad truth. We write down statuses and we write down, but how many of you actually done anything different to that? But yet we're going to complain, and we're going to say, it's a tragedy, man, what's happened. And this young boy has lost his life, with other young kids have lost their lives. You know what I mean? And we need to change something now. We need to stick together. We need to stand up now. We need to say enough is enough, even though it was enough a long time ago. But we need to say, you know what, enough is enough, man. We cannot continue this. We can't just sit here and think social media is going to be our way of making things better. We need to speak to these people that are in charge. We need to speak to these people that call the shots. We need to put them on their, put them on speaker. You know what I mean? We need to get them to speak about things like this. We can't have them hiding no more. You get me? It's too much, man. It's too much. We've all got kids, you know what I mean? All of us that got kids, man, this should hit us. It should have hit us, and it will hit us, and every one of us has to do something. You know what I mean? We need to find ways, and you know what? I'm not even going to dwell in it too hard, because it's still such a raw, it's a hard time right now for all of us that are involved, and, who know of the family and everything. And, 4 or 5 years ago, I'm going to tell you something. 4 or 5 years ago, I was doing my little business, not even a business, a non-profit organisation, where we was trying to help the kids, getting them into jobs and stuff like that, trying to get them out of school and into proper careers, regardless of what their results were. And I wrote to one school in Brent. I'm not going to mention the name. I wrote to one school in Brent and offered them a program. And you know what that program was about? It was about teaching the kids now how to get home safely from school, and how to get to school safely as well. Can you believe that? I gave a school a project, a program, on say that, listen, we will come into the schools and we will teach the kids conflict resolution, you know what I mean? We'll show them the safe journeys in and out, how to avoid trouble when you leave school, etc. And that school never get back to me. No school not got back to me with that. It was legit, apparently. So I didn't get the official letters back. And now look what's happening. 5 years ago, I tried to change this, and nothing. This is why I need to speak to Sadiq Khan. We need to speak to him. I've reached out in every way possible so far, and nothing. But now, you know what I mean? I'm seeing little children. I pray something happens, man, and we have to do this together, Car. It's not worth. One of us can't do it. I can't do this alone. Another person can't do this alone. We have to go together now. We have to say enough is enough. It really hurts. We need to grow all of our kids together. We need to teach them better. But like I said, we need to be responsible ourselves as parents and as elders of the community. We have to understand, you know what? If we don't do nothing about it, we're as responsible. How are these kids going to learn? How are these kids going to understand? They listen to music, they listen to this, they listen to that, and it tells them what it tells them about this crap. I've listened to all of this crap just to see what going on, you know what I mean? And it's madness. The things people talking, these things these kids are listening to as well at the same time. You know what I mean? Crazy. What do you expect these kids to do? They don't know no better. Their minds ain't developed, their brains not developed. Maybe their bodies have grown because they're big youths nowadays. But that don't mean their brain is developed. Their brain isn't developed at all. We have to develop their brain. And if we're letting them listen to this kind of music, or if we're letting them watch these kind of things, and we're letting them, get involved in big people's conversations, what do you expect? They're going to think they're grown. A boy went to school, and he never came home, and it hurts. Because this is family to us. This is our family as well at the same time. You know what I mean? So I just want you guys anyway, whoever's watching, whoever cares, whoever, it don't matter. You know what I mean? We're going to try what we're going to try to help make things better. But you know what? If you can share it. Only for the fact that I want Sadiq Khan to see this video. And I want him to answer some questions of why these inner cities, our communities ain't getting the help, what is needed. Ripe with gun crime and knife crime with our kids. Why aren't we getting help? Why aren't we getting any support? Why have we got no clubs going on? Why have we got no proper football tournaments? Why have we got no, things to take their mind off this? Why is there nothing for them? You know what I mean? We can blame the kids all we want, but you know what? We got to blame the elders around as well, and the people that are in charge, because you know what? They need to help us, because they got budgets, they got money for this. But yet they're closing everything down. Anyway, I'm going to show you something. Yeah, before I end it, because it's really sad, and this is the real thing. This ain't a joke, it ain't pretend. This is the real thing, this is the real world. And unless we get real help from people that care, this is unfortunately going to be continuing. "15-year-old boy." He was like, "Oh boy." Anyway, think about it, share it. Let's get the right people to contact us, man.